Sometimes the biggest crushes are carried in silence. No dramatic love confessions. No over-the-top gestures. Just small, consistent signs that someone is drawn to you. Deeply, quietly, maybe even nervously. He might not come right out and say it, but if you pay attention, his actions are already telling the story. He notices things others miss. He remembers what you said 2 weeks ago, even if you forgot. He finds a reason to text you when there's no real reason. He lights up when you walk into the room and then acts like it's just another moment. But it's not just another moment. Not to him. Crushing hard on someone changes the way you show up around them. You become more careful with your words, more aware of your presence, and more in tune with theirs. That's exactly what he's doing. Testing the space between you, trying not to overstep, but quietly hoping you feel it too. These signs might seem small. A shift in tone, a glance that lingers, a casual joke that's a little more thoughtful than it needs to be. But together they build a picture of someone who's invested, someone who's drawn to your energy, your smile, your way of moving through the world, someone who may be too shy, too unsure, or too scared to say it, but whose actions can't help but give him away. The truth is, a man doesn't always fall with grand speeches. Sometimes he falls in the way he adjusts his shirt when you walk by, in the way he supports your idea when no one else does, in the way he says goodbye last, hoping you'll feel how hard it is for him to walk away. So, if you've ever wondered, is he into me? If you've ever noticed the little things and questioned whether they mean something, this is for you. Because in this video, we're diving into 15 silent clues that reveal when a man is crushing on you hard, even if he hasn't said a single word. These signs are real, they're subtle, and once you see them, you'll realize he's been showing it all along. So lean in, pay attention, and by the end, you just might realize he didn't need to say it. He's already showing it with every quiet move he makes. Let's begin. 1. He gets unusually quiet around you. He gets unusually quiet around you. And while it might feel confusing, it's actually one of the strongest silent clues he's crushing on you. This isn't the kind of quiet that comes from disinterest or boredom. It's the kind that comes from nerves, from overthinking every word, from wanting to say the right thing and being terrified to say the wrong one. Around others, he might be talkative, playful, even loud. But when it's just you, there's a shift. He pauses more. He chooses his words carefully. Sometimes he says nothing at all. That silence, it's filled with emotion. His heart is working faster than his mouth, and his mind is busy trying to stay calm while his feelings threaten to spill over. He might look down when you talk or laugh softly without saying much. He's not ignoring you. He's overwhelmed by how much he likes you. His usual confidence takes a backseat to uncertainty, because in front of you, nothing feels casual. Everything matters more. And if you pay attention, that quietness is actually full of subtle cues. His body stays close. His eyes linger. He leans in just slightly, listening with more focus than anyone else around. He may not be speaking much, but he's fully present. That silence is his heart trying to protect itself, to feel you out, to figure out if it's safe to be vulnerable. Sometimes, the quietest men are feeling the loudest things inside. They're just scared it'll come out wrong. So instead of making bold moves, they wait, hoping you'll sense what they can't yet say. So if he's unusually quiet when he's with you, don't assume it's a lack of interest. Sometimes, silence is the most honest reaction love can give, and his stillness, that's the sound of someone falling, not with words, but with emotion too strong to speak. 2. He finds reasons to text you randomly. He finds reasons to text you randomly. and that's never just by chance. When a man is crushing on you hard, he'll look for any excuse to start a conversation, even if the reason makes little sense. It might be a meme, a question he already knows the answer to, or a, "Hey, did you see this?" message that could have gone to anyone. But he chose to send it to you. It's not about the content of the message, it's about the connection. He's creating a doorway to your world, hoping you'll step through it. He doesn't want to come on too strong, so he hides his feelings behind casual excuses. But if you look closely, you'll see the pattern. He reaches out when there's no real reason, except that he was thinking of you. Even his timing reveals the truth. He texts at odd hours when most people wouldn't bother. He follows up even when the conversation died down hours ago. He responds faster than usual, or checks in just to ask how your day went, even if you already told him earlier. These little digital breadcrumbs are his way of staying close without saying, "I miss you." And when he texts you something small, like asking your opinion on a show or what song you're listening to, that's not curiosity. That's interest dressed up as small talk. He wants to keep the line open, the energy warm, and the connection alive. He may not say "I like you" in those texts, but the fact that he initiates, follows up, and finds ways to stay in touch, even on the most ordinary days, is proof. He's looking for presence, not just replies. A moment of your attention makes his entire day better. So the next time he sends a random message that makes you smile or wonder, why is he texting this? Know that it's not the reason he gives that matters. It's the reason behind it. And more often than not, that reason is you. 3. He lights up when you walk into the room. He lights up when you walk into the room, and it's one of the purest, hardest to hide signs that he's crushing on you. It's not something he plans, it just happens. The moment he sees you, there's a shift in his entire energy. His face softens, his eyes brighten, his posture changes, like suddenly the day got better, just because you showed up. He might smile without even realizing it, or he'll try to hide it with a casual nod, but the glow is already there. It's in his eyes, the way they follow you across the room. It's in his voice, the way it lifts slightly when he says hello. And even if he was having a dull or stressful day, the second you walk in, he perks up, like you brought sunlight with you. You might notice he becomes more animated, more engaged, or even a little nervous. Maybe he stands taller, adjusts his clothes, or suddenly joins a conversation he wasn't part of, just to be closer. It's his way of reacting to your presence, even if he says nothing directly. This kind of response is involuntary. It's not about impressing you with words. It's about how your presence affects him. His reaction is raw, emotional, and instant. That light in his face, that quiet happiness when you appear, isn't something he shows to everyone. It's reserved for you. And even when he tries to play it cool, his body betrays him. He looks over at you again and again. He glances your way when someone says something funny, just to see if you're laughing too. Because for him, the room doesn't fully come alive until you're in it. So if you ever catch that unmistakable glow in his expression, that sudden spark the moment he notices you, don't ignore it. He may not have said a word, but his face already told the truth. You light up his world just by walking into it. He remembers your favorite things. He remembers your favorite things, and not just the obvious ones. When a man is crushing on you hard, he starts mentally collecting pieces of you. Your favorite drink, the song you always hum, the way you like your coffee, the kind of movies you secretly love. All these small details don't just pass through his ears. They stick. You might mention something once, casually, not thinking twice. But weeks later, he brings it up. Maybe he shows up with your favorite snack, plays a song you once said reminds you of childhood, or texts you a photo of something you said you've always wanted to try. That's not coincidence. That's care. Deep, quiet care. He doesn't need reminders or notes. He remembers because he wants to. Because every time you open up about something you love, something that makes you feel good, he pays attention. And in his mind, those things become little blueprints. Not just of who you are, but of how to make you feel seen and understood. What makes it so special is that he's not doing it for praise. He's not trying to score points. He's doing it because remembering what you love brings him joy too. It's his way of being close to you, of showing you, I notice, I listen, I care. Sometimes it's not even about doing anything. It's just the way he talks about you, the way he recalls little things you said, with a soft smile, like they mattered. And to him they do. When a man remembers your favorite things, he's remembering you. Not the polished version, but the real, everyday, imperfect, beautiful you. And he holds those pieces like something rare. So when he orders your coffee just the way you like it without asking, when he quotes your favorite movie, when he brings up that random dream you once shared, know this, he's not just paying attention. He's falling, deeply, silently, sweetly. He notices small changes in your appearance. He notices small changes in your appearance, the kind that most people overlook. You don't have to post a selfie or point it out. He just sees it. Whether it's a subtle shift in your hairstyle, a new shade of lipstick, a different way you did your nails, or even a new pair of earrings. He picks up on it right away. He may not always comment, but his eyes catch it the moment you walk in. And when he does say something, it's not dramatic or forced. It's thoughtful and specific. You did something different with your hair today. It looks nice. Or, that color really suits you. Simple words, but packed with quiet admiration. This attention to detail means he's genuinely observing you. Not in a critical or superficial way, but because he's emotionally invested. You matter to him, so the way you show up matters too. He notices when your confidence shifts, when you're trying something new, or when you're feeling yourself a little more than usual, and he quietly celebrates it with you. What makes this so meaningful is that he's not reacting just to the obvious. It's not about you dressing up for a big event. It's about him noticing the soft in-between moments, the new scent you wear, the sparkle in your eyes when you're proud of how you look, the way you adjust your sleeves or wear your favorite color when you need a mood boost. He sees it all because he sees you. Men who are emotionally disconnected won't notice these things. But a man who's quietly falling for you will tune in, not because he's analyzing you, but because you've become important to him, and every detail feels worth knowing. So the next time he says, "Is that new?" or gives you a subtle look of approval, don't brush it off. He didn't just notice, he cared enough to notice. And in that quiet observation, he's already telling you, without words, that he's paying attention and he's already falling. 6. He tries to make you laugh, even when no one else is around. He tries to make you laugh, even when no one else is around, and that speaks volumes. When a man is quietly crushing on you, your laughter becomes his reward. He doesn't need an audience. He's not trying to entertain a crowd. He's trying to reach you, to see that spark in your eyes, to hear that unguarded laugh that tells him you're comfortable, that you're happy, especially around him. These moments are different from his usual humor with others. When it's just the two of you, he becomes more playful, more thoughtful with his jokes. He pays attention to what makes you laugh, not just what's generally funny, whether it's a goofy face, a clever comment, or an inside joke only you two understand. He uses humor as a way to build closeness, and it's not always polished or perfect. Sometimes he stumbles, makes corny jokes, or even laughs at himself first just to see if you'll laugh too. That awkward charm, that effort, It's his heart showing through. Because making you laugh isn't about ego, it's about connection. When no one else is watching and he still tries to make you smile, that's when you know it's real. It means your happiness matters to him personally. It's not performative, it's intimate. And if you ever notice him watching you after the joke, just to catch your reaction, that look in his eyes is pure vulnerability. He wants to know that he made your day just a little better. Even in serious conversations, he might slip in a light moment to ease your stress or shift your mood. That's emotional awareness. He wants you to feel safe, uplifted, and at ease in his presence. And he's willing to look silly, say the unexpected, or create a moment out of nothing, just for that one sound from you that makes everything worth it, your laugh. So when a man goes out of his way to make you laugh, even in quiet corners without an audience, it's not just attraction, it's affection, it's care, and it's one of the most heartwarming signs that he's already falling for you. He subtly fixes his hair or shirt when you're near. He subtly fixes his hair or shirt when you're near. And that tiny gesture speaks louder than words. He may not even realize he's doing it, but it happens almost every time you show up. It's automatic, instinctive, and deeply revealing. When a man is quietly crushing on you, your presence makes him more self-aware. He suddenly cares more about how he looks, not to show off, but to feel worthy of your attention. You might notice him run a hand through his hair, adjust his collar, smooth out his shirt, or check his reflection in passing. It happens in those little seconds before or after you make eye contact, like he wants to look his best, but doesn't want to make a big deal about it. And he definitely doesn't want you to think he's trying too hard, even though he is, just a little. This isn't about vanity. It's about you. Your presence triggers something in him. A desire to appear composed, attractive, confident. It's a physical reaction to emotional interest. Just like someone's heart races when they see the person they like, his hands move to subtly fix himself when he sees you. It's his nervous energy trying to settle itself through small movements. What makes it even more telling is when it happens. It's not in front of everyone. It's when you walk into the room, when you pass by, or when you suddenly stand next to him. Even if he was relaxed a moment ago, your presence brings a shift, and his body responds before his brain even catches up. Sometimes he might do it without making eye contact, as if by fixing his shirt, he's trying to calm the storm inside. Other times, he might glance at you quickly after adjusting, like checking if you noticed. That's not ego, that's hope. So if you catch him straightening his posture, adjusting his sleeves, or quickly fixing his hair whenever you're near, don't overlook it. That quiet grooming habit isn't random. It's a silent confession. You make his heart race, and he wants to look like someone worth standing beside you. 8. He offers to help with things he normally wouldn't care about. He offers to help with things he normally wouldn't care about. And that's a major clue his feelings for you run deeper than he's letting on. When a man is quietly crushing on you, your problems become his concerns. Your stress becomes something he wants to ease, even if it's outside his comfort zone or completely unrelated to his usual interests. Maybe you mention that your laptop's acting up and he suddenly becomes a tech expert, or you're moving apartments and he insists on carrying boxes even though he hates heavy lifting. Maybe you're working on something creative, like a presentation or an art project, and he offers ideas, feedback, or just to sit beside you while you work. Not because he loves the task, but because you're doing it, and that's enough for him. This kind of help isn't about convenience, it's about connection. He wants to be useful in your world. He wants to show that he can be there for you, even when he doesn't fully understand what you're dealing with. So he volunteers, sometimes awkwardly, sometimes clumsily, to lend a hand. You'll know it's real by the way he commits. He won't just offer once and forget. He follows up, he checks in. He asks, "How's that thing going?" or "Need any help with it today?" And even if he has zero experience, he's willing to learn, just so you don't have to do it alone. What makes this so powerful is that it's not about him trying to impress you with skill or knowledge. He's not flexing, he's showing up, quietly, genuinely, consistently. His help isn't loud, it's thoughtful. It says, "I want to be close to you, even in the small things." When a man offers to help with things he normally wouldn't even notice, errands, chores, little tasks, it's not about the job, it's about you. And it means he's already seeing himself as part of your life, even if he hasn't said it out loud yet. 9. He listens intently, even to boring details. He listens intently, even to boring details. And that's one of the clearest signs his feelings are real. When a man is quietly crushing on you, your voice becomes his favorite sound, no matter what you're talking about. It could be the plot of a show he's never seen, a long story about your day, or something small like how your coffee spilled in the car. It doesn't matter. If you said it, he's listening. And not just casually, he's tuned in. He nods, he asks questions, he remembers things you didn't even think were important. Why? Because he's not just hearing your words, he's feeling them. He wants to understand how your mind works, what your days look like, what matters to you, even if it's not the most thrilling topic in the world. He might not care about the office drama or your grocery run, but if you're sharing it, he's focused. No eye rolls, no zoning out, no turning the conversation back to himself. In fact, you might even catch him bringing up something you said days later, something tiny, like your favorite candle scent or your neighbor's noisy dog. That's not coincidence. That's emotional investment. This kind of deep listening is rare. It shows respect. It shows curiosity. And most of all, it shows that he values you. Not just the fun, flirty version of you, but the full, real version. The version that rambles, over-explains, and shares the unfiltered bits of life. Men who don't care will zone out. Men who do care, they lean in. So when he sits quietly and lets you talk, even when you know it's a long story or not the most exciting one, pay attention. He's not just being polite, he's soaking up your world. And in doing so, he's telling you without words, "I care about everything that makes you, even the small stuff." 10. He teases you gently, but never crosses the line. He teases you gently, but never crosses the line. And that balance reveals so much about how he feels. When a man is quietly crushing on you, playful teasing becomes his way of getting closer. It's how he tests the waters, creates inside jokes, and makes you smile without putting his full heart on the table. But the key is, he never goes too far. He might playfully mimic something you said, tease you for always being late, or give you a nickname only he uses. These small moments are his way of building intimacy, little sparks of shared language that pull you closer. He wants to make you laugh, to get a reaction out of you, to see your eyes light up when you roll them at him with a smile. But he's always careful. If something makes you uncomfortable, he stops instantly. If you're not in the mood, he reads the room. That awareness is what sets him apart. His teasing isn't meant to embarrass you or make you feel small. In fact, it's the opposite. It's his way of saying, "I see you, I like you, I feel comfortable around you." And when you tease him back, he lights up, because it means you feel that connection too. He might pretend to be annoyed when you poke fun at him, but underneath, he's grateful. That playful push-pull gives him a way to express affection without getting too vulnerable too fast. It keeps things light while still feeling emotionally warm. You'll also notice that his teasing is personal, not generic. It's based on things only he notices about you, your habits, your quirks. The things that make you different. That attention to detail means he's paying close attention, even when it seems like he's just joking around. So if he teases you in that soft, safe, thoughtful way, always with a smile, never with cruelty, don't overlook it. That's not just flirtation. That's his heart reaching out in a language it knows how to speak. Gentle, playful, respectful affection. A love story wrapped in a laugh. 11. He always finds a way to sit or stand close. He always finds a way to sit or stand close, even when he doesn't have to. It's one of those quiet behaviors that says everything without a single word. When a man is crushing on you hard, proximity becomes his comfort zone. Being near you makes him feel connected, even if you're not talking, even if it's just for a moment. You might notice it in subtle ways. He picks the seat next to yours in a group setting, even when there are other options. He walks beside you, not behind or ahead. At events, he drifts to your side naturally, like gravity is pulling him there. And if you're already seated somewhere, he'll find a reason to come over, to linger nearby, to lean on something close just long enough to share space with you. It's not always obvious. He's not making big moves or announcing anything, but his body language is saying what his mouth hasn't. I feel better when I'm close to you. Even in a crowded room, he tracks where you are. He's aware of your position, and somehow, without it feeling forced, he ends up nearby. That closeness isn't just about physical attraction. It's about emotional connection. Being near you gives him a sense of peace, warmth, and belonging. Sometimes he doesn't even speak. He just stands beside you in silence, and still, it feels full, like he's saying something just by staying. And when the moment ends, he lingers. He's the last to walk away, the last to pull back. This kind of closeness is more than a habit. It's instinct. His heart is drawn to you and his body follows. He may not say how he feels, but he's already chosen where he wants to be, within reach of you. So if he always seems to find his way back to your side, gently, effortlessly, consistently, know this: he's not just staying close by chance. He's staying close because you feel like home. 12. He gets nervous when you compliment him. He gets nervous when you compliment him. And that reaction says more than confidence ever could. When a man is quietly crushing on you, your opinion holds more weight than anyone else's. So when you give him a genuine compliment, it doesn't just make him smile. It shakes him up a little. Not because he doesn't like it, but because he cares too much about how you see him. Maybe you tell him he looks good in a certain shirt, or that you admire how he handled something. Instead of brushing it off with a cocky, "I know," he hesitates. He might look away, scratch the back of his neck, or give an awkward laugh. His voice might crack slightly when he says, "Thanks." Or he might try to change the subject quickly. That's not indifference. That's vulnerability. Your words mean something to him, and it shows. This kind of nervousness is sweet and revealing. Around most people, he might act confident, calm, and composed. But when you say something kind, he suddenly becomes a little unsteady, because it hits a part of him he's trying to protect. Compliments from you reach deeper, because you're not just someone he knows. You're the one he wants to impress. And what makes it even more real is that he doesn't know how to hide it. He stumbles, gets shy, avoids eye contact for a second, or laughs a little too loud. But under all that, he's glowing. Your words stay with him long after the moment passes. He'll remember what you said. He'll replay it in his head later. Because coming from you, it mattered. So when he gets quiet or awkward after a compliment, don't mistake it for discomfort. It's not that he doesn't like praise. It's that he wasn't ready to feel seen. And you saw him anyway. And for a man who's crushing on you, That's both terrifying and unforgettable. 13. He reacts quickly to your messages. He reacts quickly to your messages. And that response time reveals more than he'll ever admit out loud. When a man is quietly crushing on you, every message from you feels like a spark. His phone lights up, he sees your name, and suddenly everything else can wait. Whether it's a one-word reply or a long conversation, he's already typing back, not out of obligation, but because you matter. You'll notice it's not just during the day. Even if he's busy, even if it's late, even if he's tired, your texts get priority. He might respond in seconds, or you'll see the typing dots pop up before you've even locked your screen. And if he ever does delay, he usually apologizes, even when it's not necessary. That's because, deep down, he doesn't want you to feel ignored, not even for a moment. This kind of responsiveness isn't just politeness, it's emotional investment. He's excited to hear from you. He's been waiting for a reason to talk to you. And your message, no matter how simple, gives him that reason. You didn't just interrupt his day, you made his day. And when someone else texts him, he might take his time. But with you, you'll often catch him answering right away, keeping the conversation going, or even finding excuses to keep texting just a little longer. That effort speaks volumes. It's his way of staying connected, of keeping a thread between you two open, even when you're not physically together. So don't underestimate fast replies. In a world full of distractions, someone who consistently puts you at the top of his list, who replies like your words actually matter, is someone who's already feeling more than he's saying. His fingers say, "I'm here." His timing says, "You're important." And every quick message back is a quiet way of saying, "He's into you." 14. He supports your ideas even when others don't. He supports your ideas even when others don't. And that's a rare, powerful sign he's emotionally invested in you. When a man is quietly crushing on you, he doesn't just admire you for how you look or how you laugh. He admires how you think. And he wants you to feel validated, especially in moments when others might doubt or dismiss you. Maybe you share an idea in a group, and the room goes quiet, or someone brushes it off. But he's the first to say, "Actually, I think that's smart." He adds to it, defends it, or circles back to make sure your voice was heard. He doesn't do it to score points. He does it because he believes in you, and he wants you to believe in yourself too. He might not always agree with every detail, but he still supports the spirit of what you're trying to say. He backs your ambition, encourages your creativity, and respects your thinking process, especially when you're passionate about something. Whether it's your career idea, a side project, a creative dream, or a vulnerable belief, he holds space for it, even when others stay silent. And when no one's around, he shows even more support. He asks questions, offers help, reminds you that what you're building or believing in matters. That's not just kindness. That's quiet loyalty. He's showing you that your voice carries weight, not just in public, but in his heart. It's easy for people to agree when something's already popular. It's harder to stand beside someone when their idea is new, risky, or unpopular. But he does it anyway, because he sees more than just your words. He sees your intention, your effort, your passion. And that kind of support, the kind that shows up when others don't, is never random. It's a choice, a declaration, and sometimes it's the clearest sign of all that his heart is already standing with you, even before his lips say a thing. He always says goodbye slower than everyone else. He always says goodbye slower than everyone else. And that lingering moment is full of quiet meaning. When a man is quietly crushing on you, parting ways doesn't feel easy. Even when the day is over, the conversation has ended, and everyone else is walking away. He stays, just a little longer, just to be near you for a few more seconds. Maybe he walks out with the group but keeps slowing his pace to match yours. Maybe you're standing by your car or door, and instead of leaving, he finds one more thing to say. Something small like, "Oh, by the way," or "Did I tell you this?" Not because it's urgent, but because you are, and he's not ready for the moment to end. Sometimes it's in his body language. He shifts from foot to foot, scratches the back of his neck, hesitates before turning away. Or he smiles, opens his mouth to say goodbye, but doesn't quite do it. Because in his heart, goodbye feels too final. And he's hoping maybe, just maybe, something will give him a reason to stay longer. You'll feel it too, that gentle pause, that unspoken, "I don't want this to be over yet." It's tender, it's subtle, but it's also deeply emotional. He's not being clingy, he's being present, and in that extra minute he's telling you, "I value this, I value you." Even over the phone or through text, he stretches the goodbye. He sends one last message after you say goodnight, or a funny meme minutes later, or a just remembered something. It's not an accident. It's his way of holding on to the connection a little longer, of saying, "You're not just someone I talk to, you're someone I don't want to stop talking to." So when he's the last to leave, the last to close the call, the last to walk away, don't overlook it. He's not just avoiding goodbye, he's hoping it turns into see you again soon. Because to him, every moment with you is the best part of his day, and the hardest to leave behind.